Hey everybody, thanks so much for coming out on this crazy snowy day that a month and a half ago we had no idea was actually going to be this nuts. We're going to have fun, we're going to sing, and it's going to be a blast. This time, this place was designed for you to see God's grace every moment. So give I a chance to see the Master's design. If only the Spirit open our eyes to the truth that this is for your glory, everything designed is for your glory, your glory. So for your glory, yeah. So for your glory, yeah. Every trial, every way, avenues to give you the praise, focusing my heart, wanting others where we all had to start. So the Spirit open our eyes to the truth that this is for your glory, your glory, everything designed for your glory, your glory. So for your glory, yeah. So for your glory, yeah. Every breath that we take, every word that we speak, everything that we do, may it all point to you, to the truth that this is for your glory, all your glory, everything designed is for your glory, all your glory. Tell me, live my life for your glory, all your glory, shine bright for your glory, all your glory. So for your glory, yeah. So for your glory, yeah. For your glory, for your glory. For your glory, for your glory. Hey, thank you guys so much. Thanks for being here. My name is Matt Fawcett. If you don't know who I am, on the count of three, say your name. 1, 2, 3. It is so nice to meet all of you at the same time. Steve and I were joking about how nobody was going to sit in the front row. I didn't know we had all back row Baptists. We should have moved the front 2 rows like here. But anyway, thanks so much for coming out. There are scones over there that are homemade as of this afternoon.
Yeah.
There's triple berry, some sort of cinnamon something or other, and something else. And it's on my phone as to what they are. So if you're curious, go ahead and bite into one that looks best. My wife made them this afternoon. So those are free. Snag them anytime you want to. There are bathrooms back there. Feel free to move about the cabin, as we are not going to hit any turbulence this evening. At least that's the goal, not to hit any turbulence, but I appreciate you guys coming out. And feel free to laugh, clap, and sing along If you don't know these songs, don't be surprised. A lot of them are written by me. If you do know them, I love you already. Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know when I sit, when I rise. You perceive my every thought. You discern my going out and my laying down. Before the word was on my tongue, you know it completely. Before the breath was in my lungs, you knew my heart, you know my heart. In the heavens empty, you are there, you hold me. If I ride with the wings of dawn, settle by the far side of the sea. There is nothing more out of this world that can separate, that can hide me from you, me from you. Lord, you have made me my inmost being. You knit me together, oh, in my mother's womb. And I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made, that I know full well. Before a word was on my tongue, you know it completely. Before breath was in my lungs, you knew my heart, you know my heart. In the heavens empty, you are there, you hold me. If I rise with the wings of dawn, sail by the far side of the sea. There is nothing nor out of this world that can separate, that can hide me from you, me from you. Search me, oh God, you know my heart, you know my heart. Test my anxious thoughts, oh, and lead me. Search me, oh God, you know my heart, you know my heart. Test my anxious thoughts, oh, and lead me. In the heavens empty, you are there, you hold me. If I ride with the wings of dawn, sail by the far side of the sea. There is nothing nor out of this world that can separate, that can hide me from you, me from you, me from you, me from you. Thank you guys so much. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of things that are out in the world. I saw a recent video about belief, and you believe things are true. Well, things are true because you believe they are. And it's just a really interesting concept of the fact that there are things that are true, and you can choose to believe them or not. It does not change whether they are true or not. But usually we believe things because they are true. And there's a lot of times where belief can come into question. That's okay. Can we all be honest? No, we're not all okay. We're all bruised and broken, just in different ways. Oh, can we all just listen? Take another breath. Maybe we'll all learn we're no different from the rest. You can't fall where you didn't lie. You can't escape the truth with 1,000 lies. I believe there's more than what you see. And I believe the truth will set us free. There's hope for you and me, 'cause I believe. Can we all just listen? Take another breath. Maybe we'll all learn we're no different from the rest. You can't fall where you didn't lie. You can't escape the truth with 1,000 lies. And I believe there's more than what you see. And I believe truth will set us free. There's hope for you and me, 'cause I believe. Nobody is perfect. We've all fallen short. Thank God for His grace and mercy that takes the broken and restores. And I believe there's more than what you see. And I believe truth will set us free. And I believe there's more than what you see. And I believe truth will set us free. There's hope for you and me, 'cause I believe. Can we all just admit we won't always get it right? But I believe that we should still try. Thank you guys. So a lot of my belief system came from growing up in a Christian family. It also came from going to camp ministry, or going to camp and serving in camp ministry. How many of you guys been to camp before? Yeah, pretty much everybody. Awesome. I got the opportunity for a couple of years to actually work at a camp, and it was fantastic. And while we were there, I was in charge as one of my jobs to make sure that the counselors were, fired up and ready to go. And we also interviewed them before camp started. And one of the questions we always asked was, do you drink coffee? And we usually asked that question because we knew that as a camp counselor, you pretty much live on coffee in order to be able to keep up with all the young kids that you have in your cabins. And so most of the time people were like, yeah, I drink coffee. Every once in a while you get a kid that would be like, no, so I'll drink tea. And for whatever reason they had a British or an Australian accent whenever they responded that way. It might just be like rose-colored glasses looking back at those responses. But usually they were the people 2 weeks in that would come up and say, hey, are we brewing another pot because we're out of coffee? Like, I thought you drank tea, man. I'm like, dude, I'm dying. It's like, it's week 2, come on, we got 8 weeks to go. So at this point in time, this song was super popular, and I still get text messages from my brother-in-laws whenever this song gets sung in church. But how many of you guys love coffee? How many of you love coffee? All right, this song is for you. Sorry I'm gonna ruin a song when you hear it in church next time, but it's worth it. Awake I come with tired eyes, searching for what will satisfy. Last night was late and dawn came fast. In the haze, my alarm was smashed. Caffeine, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense against tiredness. Caffeine, how I need you. When I am weak, the caffeine is strong. Inside myself is where it belongs. Some say I trust in it too much. I could stop, but one part is not enough. Caffeine, I need you. Oh, I need you. And every hour I need you. My one defense against tiredness. Caffeine, now I need you. So teach my how to make French press. I heard it was by far the best. And if I can't get it done before I die, is there some hazelnut by my side? Caffeine, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense against tiredness. Caffeine, now I need you. You're my one defense against tiredness. Caffeine, now I need you. My one defense against tiredness. Caffeine, how I need. Oh, sorry. You. You guys are awesome. I still get texts from one of my brother-in-laws every time that song is played in church. He's like, guess what song we're singing this morning? I would say the most embarrassing part about that was I played it at one show and somebody was like, let's sing the real version. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it got to verse 2 and I was like, you sing! Because I couldn't remember any of the lyrics at all. Yikes. How many of you guys know what this is?
I don't.
Other than my mom. Oh, ukulele, there you go. You guys know the difference between a ukulele and a trampoline? Take your shoes off when you jump on a trampoline. I don't like ukuleles. But this song is only appropriate with a ukulele. Do you know what the difference between a tenor ukulele and a soprano ukulele is, though? So, tenors burn longer. So yeah, size. They also don't stay in tune worse than a 12-string guitar, which makes it even better. But I joke around about ukuleles only because, you know, going back to camp ministry stuff, you know, everybody had relationships and things that happened around them. Some were legit, and others, some were just happened in our head, and it's okay. But this is a song that may or may not be autobiographical. Camp girl, lover of my soul. Camp girl, I'll never let you go. I've known you all of 3 days, and I have loved you, girl, in more than 3 ways. And I love you, and I need you, and I won't forget about you until I get home. Camp girl, river of my soul. You wanna sit on the bus right next to me on the way home? Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. But I won't hesitate no more, no more. This is our fate. I'm yours. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Of course, there's a response from the girl side, and since I'm not female, you'll just have to imagine, yes. But don't let your imagine run too wild. Camp boy, terror of my soul. Camp boy, please leave me alone. You ask me out every single day, sometimes twice, and I rejected you even threw mud in your face. And I don't like you, no, we can't be friends, and I will run from you till every day in white ends. Oh, camp boy, terror of my soul. Please go over there and just leave me alone. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah. Somewhere over the rainbow, little bluebirds fly. Maybe someday somewhere over the rainbow, these little bluebirds fly. And maybe someday this verse is always the hardest. Sorry. Camp girl, breaker of my soul. Camp girl, why did you say no? I asked you out, yeah, but I was nice. You didn't have to say no 700 million times. But I still like you. Maybe we can be Facebook friends. And I will love you, girl, till this week of camp ends. Oh, Gonna tell my mom all about you when I get home. Hey, 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 yeah. But I won't hesitate no more, no more. This is our fate. I'm yours. Now I don't have to touch that instrument until the next concert. Oh man, but I did jokingly say that that was autobiographical, and I married a camp girl.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. My wife grew up at camp. Actually, the camp that I went to as a kid. Crazy. We didn't know each other when we were that small. I waited until appropriate ageness and all that stuff, even though it was down in southern Ohio, which is close to Kentucky.
Did she feel that way about you, that you expressed in your song?
You know, she's not here tonight, so. But yeah, she has sang that song with me. Sometimes during camp, we would actually sing it on the last day or whatever, because the counselors were singing it as a release of I've been dealing with all this junior high drama all week, so this is funny, we can laugh at it. I did sing it at one camp. It was, I think, the third day in, and some dude stood up in the middle and was like, "You just gave away my plan." I was like, haha. But he'd already asked like 3 or 4 girls out, and it was day 3, so. Yikes. Anyway, I did meet a camp girl, and she's awesome. And I remember the first time I said I love you to her. How many of you remember the first time you said I love you to your spouse? When you leave the drink? Yeah. Guys, just raise your hand, make up a good story later. I said I love you. And she said, "That's nice." Kid you not. And she did eventually say I love you. Just happened to be 6 months later when I was down on one knee proposing, because she wanted to make sure that she said I love you only to her husband. Aww. Which sounds super sweet, unless you're the guy in the relationship wondering if this is going absolutely anywhere at all or not. Like, I just bought a ring that took up my entire credit card. I don't know if this is going anywhere, but we're gonna try and find out. So anyway, because I'm a songwriter, of course, I had to come and write a song. We were staring up, looking at the stars, making wishes as they all just fell apart. The stars, not our dreams, that's how she starts her. Young and restless, wild and free, oh, hoping that we someday be. And looking into her eyes, she said, or I said it, for the first time, when you say you love me, I know it's true. Come storm or rage and see if we change the truth. 'Cause when you say you love me, you do. Only when I ask the question, did you let me know? My pursuit to be with you didn't leave me in the cold. Looking into my eyes, you said for the first time, when you said you love me, I know it's true. way down. I never knew the meaning till it was tested out. When you say you love me, I know it's true. Comes from the agency, it will change the truth. When you say you love me, you change. When you say you love me, 'cause I know it's true. Comes from the agency, it will change the truth. When you say you love me, when you say you love me, when you say you love me, you do. I love that we have a choir with us. It's great. Now it's everybody else's turn. You kind of messed me up because the owl's here. And anyway, we're going to split right down this way ish. So you choose. Everybody in the middle here, you choose what side you want to be on. But it's now your time to participate. So I'm going to start with this side. When I point at you, this is your part. Since I remember how it goes. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I didn't expect you to get the first time. I was still remembering my own song. So, you're ready? We'll do it again. Whoa. Great. Let's start again. Whoa. Perfect. All right, everybody over here, you guys gotta beat that. This is your part. You ready? Whoa. Whoa. I think they did better than you guys, just saying. Anyway, so when I point at you, it's your job to sing that part. I will probably sing it along with you because it's just me up here. So, we'll try it all together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Perfect. So, when we get to the song and I point at you, it's the only thing you have to worry about. The rest of it, I mean, I put lyrics up there, but it'll all just be OH, 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 and there's no inflection, so and we won't worry about busting the hymnals out of this one anyway. Where you are, where you've been, doesn't matter, there's no excuses. Once you know what you believe, you can't help but stand and sing. little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I haven't heard that song on the radio recently, but I think I know a version that might get on there if we just update it a little bit. This iPhone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This Android device, I'm gonna let it shine. This flip phone of mine, just gonna try to turn it on. Let it shine, let it shine. Oh, 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 down front and took a big old bite of a scone right as well. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to invite my buddy Steve up here. The reason why Steve's coming up is because he's the reason why we can be in here. And I felt bad, so I had to give him a couple of minutes for him to actually talk about whatever he wanted to. No, I'm kidding. Steve and I went to Albania last year in April and had an awesome time together. And I just really appreciate his heart for people and ministry, and love to hear a story that he's got to share with you guys. So Steve Kink's coming up, my man.
Thanks, Matt. I'm the roots of roots and strings. The title that I came up with. But I've enjoyed growing plants for probably decades. I really like growing plants from seed. Probably 3 reasons. One, it's a challenge to me. And I get stoked when that little plant pops out of the soil. The other thing is, it's cheaper, too. I'm a coon, okay? It's cheaper to buy a bag of seeds than to buy a plant. So I like that, too. But the third and probably most important reason is that it's incredible to me that God put all the instructions in a tiny seed to grow a plant, even a giant sequoia tree. Our daughter Beth lives out in California, and she mailed packages to us for Christmas. And about 6 years ago, I opened the package, and I found a giant sequoia tree seed kit she mailed out to me for Christmas, with a note that said, "Dad, if anybody can grow these, you can." So there was my challenge. So Christine, my wife, was amazing, and I actually read the directions. And I read the directions, followed them, put the seed kit in the fridge for the prescribed 27 days, took it out, watched it for a while, probably a couple of months. But then, tiny little sprouts came out. In a little container like this, came with a kit. I was stoked. This is a great giant sequoia tree growing in my house in Winona Lake, Indiana. Well, they got to be about 2 inches tall. So now what am I going to do? Well, I repotted into separate pots. One of them didn't make it. It didn't try hard enough. It didn't make it. The other one did. So we named it Big Red. So I've got this giant sequoia tree on my porch when I like Indiana. And the winters are too cold up here to grow a tree outside, a tree outside. So during the winter, I took it in, put it in a garage by a window, watered it, maybe put a towel around it, tried to keep it alive, and it stayed alive. It tried harder than the first one, this little brother. So put it out the porch, repotted it. Then again, the next winter, well, by the next summer, it's a couple feet tall in a pot on my porch. Like, what are we going to do with this giant sequoia tree? So we had some friends in southern Indiana contacted, and they knew a school that wanted it. We dropped the tree off with our friends. They delivered it to the school the next week, and sent me a picture of the teacher beaming because he has a pot of giant sequoia tree going into his greenhouse. And it's incredible to me that the giant sequoia trees in California started with a little seedling, maybe 1,000 years ago. Have you seen them out west, giant sequoia trees? Massive trees, you're talking 300-foot tall trees, 1,000 years old. Heavy trees. All the weight of those trees. You would think that the roots would have to go down really deep, but they don't. The roots go out. Maybe it's just the first 4 or 5 feet of soil, giant sequoia tree roots going out, and they intertwine with other trees, which help to support their massive height. As Christians, we need the vertical relationship with God to be good and strong, but we need that community. We need the horizontal relationship with other believers to give us the strength and the encouragement we need. I really appreciate Matt. We get together once in a while and talk, pray together. And I appreciate his heart and the community that he wants to develop in me and other Christians. Thanks, Matt, for the time.
I was challenged by a buddy of mine to, and this has been a war in my own soul for a while of, I want to do music that, the whole reason why I do it is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. Like, that's it in a nutshell. But I told him I felt like I failed if, in comforting the afflicted, they just felt like I was the only comfort they could ever have. And, because the reality is, I can't be that person for everybody. Can't tell you how many text messages or email threads that I've had where somebody was literally about to take their own life, and they said, but because of you, I didn't. Which, there's a huge weight to that, to have that kind of weight on your shoulders. And I realized that this whole music thing and doing life together is not about me or us as individuals. It's about building community that can truly support one another. And ultimately, it's about sharing Christ with other people, because He is the only thing that will never give up on anyone. I was challenged by my daughter just a couple of years ago, and she said, "Hey, Dad, every time you do a show, you share the gospel, right?" And I was trying to figure out how to tell my 7-year-old at the time, no, because there's like these winery gigs that I do where I'm just kind of making music on the side. They don't really want me to talk at all, and I'm doing these other gigs over here. It's like, and for a 7-year-old, it's like, nah, like, Dad, you're supposed to be sharing the gospel with people. What are you doing, man? So that's where the shirt came from, the gospel t-shirt, and it allows you to basically be able to share the gospel through the wordless book colors. So you have black, which is where we started sin, red for Christ's blood, for His perfect redemption for us, that makes us white as snow. Where we can spend eternity with Him, which is gold, and then we should be growing by praying and reading the Word every day in green. And then apparently blue is pretty popular with Baptists because of baptism. But since the thief on the cross didn't really have that part of his redemption story, I stole it back and I said, this is going to be, do you believe this? So the whole purpose of why I do music is to share the gospel with people and to challenge people to help comfort the afflicted, but then also confront the comfortable, which I call futon theory. I don't know if you ever sat on a futon before, but about, if you've stood up for a long time, the futon feels great as soon as you sit down. And about 45 minutes later, you do not want to be sitting on there, and no one could pay you to keep sitting on that futon because it doesn't stay comfortable very long. And that's what I kind of view my music to do, is to comfort people who need comfort, and then to essentially do what I need, which is kicked in the butt every once in a while, to go and serve and love other people. And allow my story and what God's done through me to be able to invest in other people. And one of those stories that I was blessed to be able to share was my older sister. A song that I started off with, For Your Glory Tonight, I wrote when we were in the ICU watching my daughter, who was 16 days old, recover from heart surgery miraculously. Just all these tubes and everything just falling off of her. And they refused to move us for a couple of days because they thought things are going so well, something has to go wrong. And that was our story. It was miraculous and it was awesome. You know, it was good to be in that moment and see like all this, God, that you're doing in my daughter's life is for your glory. Around the same time, my older sister had called us while we were at the hospital and said that things were not going well for her first pregnancy. And as I'm sitting in that moment, I'm the cheerleader, like, but things are going well. God's going to come through. He's going to do everything you need to. And he didn't answer the prayers the way she wanted him to. And they lost their first child to a miscarriage. And not too long later, they lost their second child to a miscarriage. And right at the time they lost their second, they got a phone call from her husband's family saying, hey, Grandma's not going to be here much longer. You need to come. So they took all the grief with them from their first two losses across from California all the way over to Georgia to say goodbye to Grandma. When they got there, she was sedated, was sleeping, and the whole family was gathered around. And she woke up and started naming off names of people who passed on before. She said, there's two little ones here that I don't know their names, and I think they're yours. And I'll watch over them until you get here. This is your kids are home.
Family and friends, knowing soon a time will end. 80 years have finally come down to this. She'd been asleep for quite a while. Moments later she began to smile. She started naming off heaven's residents. Then a pause, just two she could see. Chance to meet. I don't know their names, but they're yours. I'll hold them close at heaven's door. They'll be here waiting for you till you come home. Don't you worry, they're alright. Jesus loves them, and so do I. As we say goodbye on earth and heaven, I'll say hello. Kids are home. Couldn't believe what she had seen. They barely told us all they were two. They didn't have a chance to meet. And as she left, we said goodbye. She gave us hope and a glimpse of the other side. In the pause, as two she could see. Little ways, the one on earth had a chance to meet. Don't know the names, but they're yours. Hold close at heaven's door. They'll be here waiting for you till you come home. Don't you worry, home. Kids are home. Kids are home.
I don't know what to do about that. I was reading a book called Pray Like Monks, Live Like Fools. And long story short, beginning of this week, I was listening to the end of that book while a lady was sharing her heart about how God didn't show up and answer her prayer the way she wanted him to. And as I'm reading this, going through stuff that had happened in my own life recently, somebody's stuck in a snowdrift. And I get out, I'm like, I'm gonna help this person out. I know how to do this, I got a toe strap in the back, this is gonna be great. Idiot me gets out without gloves on my hands, straps it all up. This is the day it was like 7 degrees outside with a whipping wind chill of being like 19. And get her pulled out, tell her, hey, just go down there, I'll back up, I'll get behind you, we'll make sure you get out of this driveway down here and you'll be good. And as I reach for the gear shift, getting back in my car, put in reverse, I can't feel it. And my fingers were numb. More numb than they'd ever been in my life, numb enough to where they were in pain. And I freaked out because now I'm listening to a book about how God's not answering the prayers we want him to. My fingers don't work and I'm supposed to have a gig this weekend and I am losing it. So I went home and I cried like a baby to my wife and didn't know what it was all going to mean. And I talked with a buddy and he's like, well, I know why you're freaking out because we've had plenty of instances recently where God hasn't answered prayer the way that he wanted him to. And as you're listening to that, you're also realizing, oh goodness, my hands are gone. Thankfully, God gave me my finger feeling in my hands back. Thursday morning, I finally got feeling back in my right hand, which was amazing. It just reminded me so much that we don't serve God because he answers our prayers. We serve God because he's great and who he is. And he's the Savior. We get a chance. My sister, who had lost the 2 little ones, she and I were talking on the phone a while back about the beauty of serving God and serving other people just for the chance that it could save their lives, not because there's any guarantee of it.
Filled with sorrow. This world is full of pain. Looking around, I'm certain something's gotta change. Something's gotta change. So I'll run to disaster, sprint towards the pain, give all that I am for the chance that I could change. Oh, I know that we will all change. There are no guarantees. There are plenty of risks. Better
I think we have an opportunity to just run towards people's disasters. You're looking for opportunities. There's plenty of them around you. In fact, I'm a Holt International artist, which means that there's kids that are all across the globe that are looking for people to actually help them in their disaster and pain. If you're interested in sponsoring a child, it's $43 a month. It's worth more than the cup of coffee that you probably shouldn't be drinking every single morning anyway. Going back to the whole caffeine I need you part, I'm decaf now, by the way, I have to admit. Whether that's a good thing to admit or not, but I chose my heart over caffeine. But yeah, if you're interested in sponsoring a child tonight, I do have kids folders that are back at the merch table. You can look through them, choose a child based off of date, age, country, whatever you want. But the cool part about Holt International is they are working to keep families together. So when you sponsor a child, the idea is that they're going to stay with the family as long as it's safe in the best interest of the child, instead of, hey, we're just going to adopt them somewhere else and get them somewhere else. So they try to keep it with the nuclear family. The nuclear family can take care of it. They have visit aunts and uncles, grandparents. But they have people who live in country making sure that they're getting what they need. And that's just one small way that we can, as a community, run towards people's disasters. There's plenty of other ways by just being able to pray and being cognizant of what's going on in other people's lives. And I've learned of my own self, where I was talking about the futon of kicking people in the butt. It's usually what I need. But a lot of time it's because I have a problem with fear and not facing it.
Born to fight for something, I can feel it in my bones. The day has its moments, chasing rainbows and searching for gold. I can't shake this feeling, meant for something more. Take a deep breath, make the world. From this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. Stand up, stand out, walk and live by faith.
Thanks. There are a lot of trades we make in life. Some are good, some are not. Sometimes those are good.
Traded cards when we were kids. Something we had, something we wished. Wasn't always easy letting go. Traded loneliness for a diamond ring. No more late nights wondering who she was or if we'd meet. When she said hands, that's all she'd be. I traded it all. Now I wouldn't trade a thing. Dream that I traded this reality. Be a rich man, the fortune could ever bring. I traded it all. Now I wouldn't trade a thing. Traded my bike for an SUV where I could fit 4 sturdy seats, just enough space for the pack and play. Roll up the stroller and we're on our way. I traded it all. Now I wouldn't trade a thing. Dream that I traded for this reality. Can be a rich man, the fortune could ever bring. Traded it all. Now I wouldn't trade a thing. Things that I miss, I never got. Looking at the light, I'm sure glad that I have. I traded out amazing grace. A substitute took my place. Gift of life paid for in blood. I'm bound forever by His love. I traded it all. I traded it all. Traded it all. Now I wouldn't trade a thing.
Thank you guys so much. I want to play a song that actually my mom being here tonight is kind of special. I wrote this song and she accused me, this is the highest compliment ever. She's a librarian, and so she thought I had copyright infringement on this song because it was so good there was no way that I wrote it. I know, like 5-star review right there from a librarian. It's like, you get the rights for that? You can't play that unless you have the rights for it. I was like, I wrote it. I was like, really?
Oh, that's cool.
Now that I said that, there's super high expectations that I don't mess it up now. But
If you don't know what I had done, know it take a lot to forget this broken one. Some would never consider my soul worth anything, but to him who is much bigger, I'm worth everything. My God is bigger than the stars in the sky. God is bigger than the question why. God is bigger than the storm or the sea. God is big enough to love me. His pieces all around, sharpened to the tip, cutting all the past like a diamond bit. We all started out this fight, broken pieces on the ground. None would even take the chance to my good all about. God is bigger than the stars in the sky. God is bigger than the question why. God is bigger than the storm or sea. God is big enough to love me. Big enough to love me. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. He still loves me. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. He still loves me. Oh, God is bigger than the stars in the sky. God is bigger than the question why. God is bigger than the storm or the sea. God is big enough to love me. God is big enough to love me. Big enough to love me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. God is bigger than the stars in the sky. God is bigger than the question why. God is bigger than the storm or the sea. God is big enough to love me. God is big enough to love me.
Thank you so much for being here. You guys are fantastic. I have another song I want to finish out that means you guys get to sing again. So hopefully your vocal cords are all rested up. Same lyrics as last time, just a little bit different. But you all get to sing it together, which is even better. But again, the reason why I do music is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. I would love nothing more than if you got out of this the idea that you are loved more than you could ever ask or imagine. And God wants you to be part of his voice in other people's lives. If you get that from this, success. You didn't get that from this, tell me how I can do better next time. But seriously, I really appreciate you guys being here. There is a merch table back there. There are still scones. The merch box is slightly different. I felt a very large calling on my life to just trust finances to the Lord. And as much as my dad tried to help me fix that, it's pay what you want. So whatever you want, you pay for it. And if you don't have the money for it, let me know, because I know there's people who paid ahead and have paid for stuff for you to take because they love you and they want you to have it as well. So their shirts, hats, mugs, sunglasses. You're not going to need it tonight because we still live in Indiana in the dark. But when March, April, May roll around, you might need sunglasses. So,
Plants too.
oh yeah, and there's plants back there that are donation as well. And then Steve was so gracious to allow us to be here tonight that he also does indoor tower gardens and net pots and that sort of thing. Those are not donation based unless the donation is exactly what he sells them for. But he has a 15% off coupon code tonight. So if you want to actually grow your own sequoia tree, you get started in that maybe, but it has to go in your fridge for 27 days first.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Don't promise sequoia trees.
Don't do a sequoia tree. Do like tomatoes and
Yeah.
kale and,
Yeah.
can shrimp grow in plants?
Weed is hard.
Yeah, all right. Apparently Steve and I need to spend more time together. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. No matter where you are or what you've done, you're never too far to come back home.
Radio keeps fading, time zone's always changing. Point A, out of point B, across what I'm searching, something that is worth it. Touchdown, where I can be free. This journey is lonely. Oh, when you're old,
it was fantastic having you out here. We should do it again sometime soon. If I could have one really awesome request, I have a QR code, and if you have a smartphone, if you would shoot like a 2-second video, a bit actually longer than that, but 30 seconds of how tonight went, that would be awesome. Just your thoughts, feelings, all that stuff. It's over my laptop, so you can just scan it with your phone. Otherwise, I can email it to you. But that would help me out immensely. And tell all your friends that weren't here they missed out because they should have been here. No, I'm kidding. But drive safely on the way home. I know it is looking like a white Christmas again. Thanks so much, Indiana. But thank you for being here. Have a blessed evening. And we'll see you all hopefully next time. Thanks for being here.